Number 16, we're going to remove the spark plug wires and we're going to remove the spark plugs. So these spark plug wires go through the valve cover. We just simply remove these like this. Sometimes if they're stuck, we need to twist the boot and pull at the same time. It's important that we don't mix these up because then the engine won't start if it has a distributor. Inside of the valve cover here, this long extension and socket is the spark plug. So if you want, you can zoom down in there and kind of see the spark plugs. And we just break them free. So if they're a little tight, somebody's crank that one down, we're gonna just break it free. Loose like this. It's a little bit easier, just break the spark plugs loose. Okay, all 4 of them here. Okay, and once they're loose, instead of using the ratchet, I'm just going to twist the spark plugs out quickly like this. And I can remove the spark plugs. And it has a lot of threads. So if the little boot has been removed, and then I'm going to use that spark plug boot to pull this out. Okay. These are numbered. We already have them numbered. Don't mix them up. Try to keep them in line with the cylinder because based upon the condition of the spark plug, we can see if something's wrong with the cylinder. So if it has oil, like on this one, I know I have some oil burn. So we'll just leave these up here. And again, we broke these all loose. And we just want to get them out there and inspect them. And it's recommended to replace them according to the manufacturer. Anywhere from 60,000 miles. Some iridium and platinum plugs, you can get away with a 100,000 mile plug. So it just kind of depends on the type of plug that you're using. But this saves a lot of time if I just break it free and then twist it out. To get the spark plug out. Okay? So again, we're checking these here. Next, we're going to look at the condition of the spark plug. All these are burning oil. And this engine burns oil. You can see the oil and how it's really wet. But we'll check the gap of the spark plug. There's some different sizes here and it's tapered. You can kind of see how it tapers around with numbers. So we're just going to move. And this is set at 35 and the manufacturer suggests 40. So we're going to kind of gently lift up on it and then set it at 40. You can kind of see how it just slid right around to there. Maybe a little bit more, kind of pry up on it. Okay, and we're at 40. So that's how we would set our gap between those 2 electrodes, between that electrode and that electrode. If the spark plug is accidentally dropped, we would need to gap it. If it's too wide, you can push down on something. Again, these are numbered, so we just want to double check all of them. That one's a little tight, so we're going to go up to 40 thousandths. And then this one, that one's 40. And then this one, that one is gapped a little too much too, so we'd back it off at 40. And again, if it's too wide, we just push down hard and then it will close the gap. Okay, so spark plug gap's important based upon the ignition system so that it combusts the air-fuel mixture properly. Okay, so these are all oil fouled, so I would replace these with new ones. And then I would gap these and then I would thread them in and torque them to spec. Okay, so threading those in, this is going to gently, with the threads down, gently just drop it in there, and then I'm going to twist it down in by hand, so then that way I'm not cross-threading it. And once it goes down in by hand and it stops, I'm going to use a torque wrench, and most of these are set to about 13 to 20 foot-pounds. And then it's just going to click at that, and then I move to the next. These aren't. And then I inspect the wires, make sure there's not any holes in these, make sure that they're not ripped. If they're ripped in any way, then the spark will arc to the side of the block. It's not going to go in the spark plug like it's supposed to. Okay, so after I put in all of the plugs, then I'm going to put back in all of these spark plug wires, and then I'm going to start the vehicle and verify that the vehicle will start after everything's put back together.